Oceans of blinding gold sand stretch to the horizon under a sky of burning crimson. The heat is a physical weight, pressing down on the dunes until the air itself seems to shimmer and break. A lone wanderer takes what feels like their final steps. Every physical movement is a battle against gravity, their tattered cloak trailing through the dust as they stumble deeper into the isolation. The desert is a master of false promises. Mirages flicker in the distance, offering the cool shimmer of water only to vanish into dry haze the moment the wanderer draws near. This is the state of Midbar, a speechless environment where the life force of reality is hidden beneath the surface of the dry land, leaving the individual to navigate a world that appears empty of vitality. This dehydration occurs in our own lives when the initial inspiration of a job, a relationship, or a routine fades into the fine print of daily struggle, leaving us feeling completely dry and exhausted. When we reach this point, we reflexively scan the outside world for water, desperately searching for a new project, a new setting, or a new distraction to provide the relief we crave. But the Zohar teaches that relying on the external environment for sustenance during burnout is a fundamental error. In the world of Asiya, the divine energy is so contracted that the material plane appears independent of its source, offering no nourishment to the soul. Seeking an external fix for an internal depletion is like chasing the desert's mirage. It only increases the distance between the seeker and the source they actually need. The path narrows until there is nowhere left to walk. The wanderer stands before a dead end, surrounded by the absolute silence of a landscape that has finally run out of external answers. Blocking the way is a monolithic stone, ancient and cracked. It is the Sela, the solid rock that marks the boundary of the wasteland. This rock represents the rigid ego and the stumbling blocks we encounter during a crisis. It is the stony heart that closes off when we are pushed to our physical and emotional limits. Yet deep within this impenetrable exterior lies the hard spark, a mechanism of judgment and restraint that acts as a vessel for the infinite waters gathered beneath the surface. The Zohar describes this as betisha, the experience of being smacked against a wall. This pressure is the callust that forces us to move beyond our small mind and cry out for a connection to our infinite soul. The lone wanderer slowly reaches out, placing a trembling, exhausted hand against the dry, unyielding surface of the stone. A rumble shakes the dunes as the monolithic rock shatters. The stone splits apart, and a brilliant blue light erupts from the fissures. An impossible geyser of glowing sapphire water blasts from the heart of the rock, surging into the crimson sky and washing away the dust of the wasteland. This is the discovery of the internal source. The truest, most sustaining water is locked inside the rock of our own soul, flowing from the depths of Bina and Yesod when the outside world offers nothing. You don't need to escape the desert to find water. You simply need to dig deeper into yourself to find the source that never ceased to flow. As the sapphire water rushes over the golden sand, the wasteland begins to change. The dryness that once defined the landscape is swallowed by the vivid, sensory surge of internal vitality. Where the water touches the sand, life returns instantly. Bioluminescent flowers and towering trees of light grow from the barren earth, transforming the void. This is the internal floodgate opening. When the seeker finds their own internal resilience, they begin to push life and purpose back out into an environment that previously felt empty. The desert was never broken. It was a transformation chamber, waiting for the seeker to trade the simplicity of the past for the nuance required to find the spring within. Burnout is the catalyst for this revelation. It is the descent into the wasteland that finally forces us to re-dig the wells and uncover the infinite strength that we carry within us. A magnificent, glowing oasis, shining like a jewel in the dark desert, its light reaching up toward the infinite cosmos. The desert is vast, but the spring within you is infinite. If you want to keep exploring the hidden stories of the Zohar with us, make sure to subscribe to the channel.